Hello to my Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's get right into your reading. As we get closer and closer to the full moon in Leo, the overarching theme is going where you are appreciated, not simply where you're tolerated. Okay, so a lot of things are coming to light for you, especially since the last full moon we had um, in Cancer. You found out that when you go into your hermit crab shell mode to create, meaning that you create a pace of peace because maybe you moved on from a job, you just need some downtime. That um, when you went into creativity mode, people and you went into create, uh, a softer life for you, whether you started picking up reading more, reading certain books, developing your spiritual knowledge, whatever. Some other people went into creating chaos and confusion about you, right? That's what a lot of people have in common. Last year was the year of 8, which is a karmic number. A lot of karmic relationships are being exposed this year. A lot of people are breaking free from karmic relationships, right? These are any energies that once you start believing in yourself, believing that you have purpose, it sends them right into destruction mode. Literally, it sends them into destruction mode. 'Cause to some degree, they're scared that you're going to leave them behind before they find out their purpose. Um, Instead of using you as inspiration to say, if Sagittarius is able to find their purpose, then hey, you know what? I feel grateful that I'm connected to somebody. I know I'm gonna find my purpose soon. So pull your birth chart if you haven't already. Find out what your moon sign is. You know what your sun sign is, obviously, if you're watching this. But also find out what your north node is, your MC, medium coli. I have a birth chart series on the second channel. Go and check it out. Let's get your reading. All right, talking to you wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart. Let's see what the tone is. I detach myself from anger and replace it with compassion. There you go. That's right. Replace it with compassion. You're trying to keep your vibrations high and letting source do cleanup from karmic relationships so that you can continue to shine bright. You all are ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, growth, opportunities. You have a lot of opportunities that's trying to come in, and you do not need to be tied to karmic relationships. When people get nervous because you're starting to create something, for yourself, that they go right into destruction mode. So the light has been turned on. Hope you're paying attention. Detach yourself from anger and replace it with compassion. All right, let's get into it. 564, release drama. There it is, right there. Release drama. Serve your highest good. You are being asked to let go of something in your life that no longer serves your highest good. Your angels are validating that this situation or relationship is bringing you pain and a cycle of repetitive disruption. Your angels want you to lovingly reflect on who you are when you are with or without this situation or relationship in your life. Take a moment to pause and do a full body stretch. Release the energy that no longer serves you and feel it leave. 564. There could be because this connects us with orange. It could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio that you are connected to, that you're detaching yourself from anger and replacing it with compassion, the emotion of compassion. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. All right, let's get into it, Sagittarius. Let's get some good news for you all. Like I said, karmic cycles are being broken so that people can find their light. The more people who find their light, it's going to be better for the whole world, because everybody is benefiting from when you're operating in your north node. Everybody is benefiting. Literally everybody. Your workplace is better. Your manager is getting a better performance out of you, the actual best performance out of you, because you're a cheerful giver. You're like coming into work excited, wanting to help. You're not trying to overshadow anybody. You're just in really good spirits, really high vibrational spirits. Um, your spouse, if you're married, they're seeing a different you. They're like, wow, where did all this positivity come from? Because you're actually operating in your north node. They feel better. They're like trying to catch the spark, right? They're like, okay, hey, they haven't seen this in you in years, right? So your kids, everybody is benefiting from it. Everybody around you is that light that's radiating, right? So yeah, so here we have, you're going to stop talking about restricting energies, and you're gonna get away from that kind of energy, restricting people from all of this mess, talking about people behind their back. This is what you have in common with somebody. This is what you have in common with somebody. Yeah, you're gonna stop talking about people worshiping the devil. You're detaching yourself with anger and replacing something with compassion. This is what you have in common with somebody. Yeah, you're learning how to create very firm boundaries and enforcing those boundaries. There could be a Capricorn involved in something um, that people have been talking about restricting somebody. They've been lied to. So something is closing out. Something is closed out. You're learning how to create a whole new tradition. In other words, when you talk about like the eight, just because you're breaking away from some kind of karmic relationship of just, remember I always say in my readings, people who are talking about people behind their back is not always a negative. That is how people are getting jobs, because everybody's not talking negatively about you behind your back. That's what you have in common with people. Some people have left you have left some jobs, and there have been some people who spoke very highly of you in your job. They said, oh no, what? I would hire them in a heartbeat. I would hire them back. They moved on to bigger and better. Wasn't trying to stop or block their ascension or their growth. I want them to soar. That's what some of the things people have said about you behind your back. So you're not giving ear to people who talk negatively about people behind their back. None whatsoever. You're not giving any ear to it. People who are trying to, see the worst in other people. Here we have the Chariot card. So when it comes to like taking the high road, when you're at a crossroad, you're taking the high road. When you're at a crossroad. So when you're talking to loved ones who are talking about this person needs to be restricted, I feel like this person needs to be restricted. And they're talking about people behind their back, people that you have talked to, that you have in common with. It is speaking volume. It's letting people know that while you all are a highly adaptable sign, you are just going along with the flow, and the same thing will turn around and happen to you. And you would be just as shocked as somebody who moved on from something. Basically, they're saying that you don't see yourself. Like a person that's talking negatively about you to somebody else, they're like, okay, like you can't think for yourself. Right, so you're closing out a cycle. You'd be able to defend your decision to move on from something without even coming across as defensive, right? Yeah, you only want to be connected to energies who are being shady towards other people. You only want to, you're staying focused, like, nope. That's how your abundance and your prosperity really is going to grow, not by cutting someone else's. You don't have to cut down someone else's star or their abundance and prosperity in order for yours to grow. Yeah, so, yeah. Somebody has been an open book, like they've been walking on eggshells, and people have not been figuring out why this energy is really nervous. It's because they are being lied to and bullied. Yeah, they're under some kind of judgment. Get ready to tie you into their karmic cycle. And somebody connected to them is obsessed, and that's what people are not seeing. And that's the same obsession. There's a Scorpio involved in something that's putting them through some kind of a emotional roller coaster. That's what you have in common with somebody. Yeah, somebody's ex has put this is a page energy, this is youthful energy, has put a young person in some kind of emotional roller coaster. Like somebody's ex was obsessed with changing the narrative about you, telling all kinds of lies about you. The source is saying you need to be more conservative with your time. In other words, you need to be a little bit more conservative with your time and just release the drama altogether. Just release it, right? And do the work, the inner work, right? Because people will know what team you're on, because people want to know if you're on their team or not. That's really what people want to do. Are you on their team? You working on our team? You work for us, or you work for the other side? So here we have the Page of Pentacles. So you're about to feel like you have a whole new lease on life. About to feel like you have a whole new lease on life. This is the Page of Pentacles here, because some people are obsessed. They're obsessed with restricting somebody, and somehow you're intertwined in something. You're roped into something, some kind of lie that's being said about people around them, behind their back. Somehow you got intertwined in something, right? Well, I haven't talked to them in a long time. I guess I really don't know. These people are more familiar. So it's like, what? Same thing people said about you. So here we have the Queen of Cups here. This is where your compassion comes in. You're waking up. You're waking up. A lot of people are waking up. When I do these readings, I like to try to keep them high vibrational as possible, right? So this right here lets me know that you're breaking some kind of a karmic cycle. You are actually doing the mirror work. You're looking in the mirror and you are speaking into existence how you would speak to someone. Like, nobody wants to be talked to as if they're this dark entity, right? So when you do the mirror work, you're saying, would I want these things said to me? That I'm a devil worshiper, that I've been all around the world doing extra, I'm obsessed with this and that. No. If you wouldn't say it to them, why would you say it about them? Around all this about conversation, talking around people, putting somebody in a situation, a David and Goliath situation, while they're in hermit mode. Yeah, so you're waking up to something. You're finally waking up to something, and how obsessed some energies are with money. That's what this Nine of Pentacles. Some energies are obsessed with financial independence. By any means necessary. By any means necessary. And the same thing could happen to you. So, a lot of people say, well, that would never happen to me. I mean, I'm not, okay. I'm free. I'm this, I'm that. Go right into comparing it, competing and comparison. That's what that mindset is. Oh, that would never happen to me because I'm free. I don't worship the devil. This right here is a carnal mind. That's all it is. That's what this is, a carnal mind. Feeling like you can't get beyond something. Operating in the flesh. You can't get beyond something. That's all it is. Get a metaphysical dictionary and look it up. So something feels too much like home for somebody. Like, some people are so used to being obsessed with, declaring someone mentally ill. They need to be restrained. They need to be restricted. They need to be this. That somebody feels too at home with something. Something just feels too comfortable for there's a karmic couple that's involved. They feel too at home, too comfortable with this kind of behavior and this mentality. So they go after the younger energy, let them be an open book, make them feel comfortable and safe, offer money, mirroring compassion. Somehow you got involved in something. Source is saying but you're about to stop talking to some energies because your expansion, some things are expanding for you. I don't know how Source is going to bring something to light for you. It's probably going to be during this full moon that we have in Leo, where you're going to go where you are appreciated, not where you tolerate. These energies, like I said before, are familiar spirits. These are energies that you are becoming more familiar with, but other people are already familiar with them. That's why they don't talk to them anymore. That's why you see this person's energy is back is turned. The light has already come on for some people. That's why they're not talking to certain people anymore. You will soon join that. Yeah, so there's new recruits. Here we have younger people being lied to. I mean, just go, the beat goes on. Smashed in between salamanders, going through a rebirth, being lied to, bullied, aggression, all kinds of stuff. So you're waking up. You're waking up like they're in some kind of, combat or something, going through all kinds of trauma, hearing all kinds of lies. So you're waking up. You're waking up, waking up, waking up, waking up. Because that's what you have in common with someone. How people try to restrict you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Restrict your money, control your money in some way. So, yeah. So it's just trying to balance some things out for you to uncover a mask that two energies are wearing around the energy of money. Some people are literally obsessed with money. Literally obsessed with money. It doesn't really matter how much. For you, what's coming to light is that, again, once you do the mirror work and just say, if I wouldn't want to say it to me, I'm not going to say it about energy. Source is saying to you, that is when you're going to get it. That is when you're going to get it. That when people are open book and people are sitting there talking about just money, 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 physical coins and paper money. It's more than that. It's the energy. I had a book up here. I want to say it was called The Psychology of Money, but we're talking about energy here. Money is also, like I mentioned too, is like having friends that have like leadership positions. So if somebody needed a job, oh, I can pick up the call and I can make a phone call and, let them know that you're looking for a job. That's the energy of money too. Knowing your worth, that you've invested in these relationships, knowing someone else's worth that you've invested in with them, and saying, hey, I can pick up the phone right now and call such and such, their director of such and such department. I'll put in a good word for you or something like that. I know I'll find out if their company is hiring. They'll tell you exactly which process to go through. They'll look for your name. Whatever it is, that's also the energy of money. So that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do. Is just like, how is it that you have people in common that say they love somebody and want to have somebody restricted and saying somebody worship the devil? That's what this devil card here. How in the world they learn it? They learn it from the people? The people you have in common that's been lying to you. We have no idea. We don't know. So Source is saying, okay, you'll wake up. You're going to release the drama. You're going to feel like you have a whole new lease on life. You and somebody are going to feel like you have a whole new lease on life. So if you and somebody sitting there listening to somebody who's an open book, who is being bullied and lied to between two salamanders, you're going to eventually move on from this. You're going to say, that's 1, 2, 3 strikes, somebody's out. You're moving on from the bullying. Because after a while, to sit there and listen to people being bullied, especially people that you have in common, people that you say you love, that does not feel good to sit there and watch a person being bullied like that. You eventually move on and go into prayer mode. Yeah, you're going into prayer mode. So you're creating something new. You're learning how to protect your creativity. You're learning how to protect your creativity. Something you learned from this by sitting back watching how people restrict people, cause people to lose money by spreading lies, do anything for money. You're learning how something legally you're learning how to do. Because judgment is coming down already on these energies who have judged somebody and caused somebody to lose a lot of money. You and somebody caused y'all to lose a lot of money. These could be neighbors that steal your package, that cause you to lose something very valuable. People who break in your house and steal stuff. People who break into your computer and steal information, your bank accounts, spread lies and rumors about people that are not true, causing them to lose business. All of this applies. All of it applies. Somehow restricting somebody. They couldn't even see it coming. Swapping destinies. Oh, we feel like we need to just take their money. Source is saying to you, something is clicking in your brain legally. Like, okay, I need to start paying attention. I need to start opening up my bank statements and going through fine-tooth comb and looking at every single purchase. I need to make sure there's no extra charges anywhere. I'm going to stop just doing online stuff. Somebody's really starting to pay attention now. That's what you're creating, something brand new. You're really starting to pay attention to where every dime goes. These subscriptions that you have to these streaming services, you're paying attention to all of that. Yeah, because people are really chained to the devil. And when I say the devil, I'm talking about like chained to this. It's like it's hard for them to that get over, like, not won't say get over, it's hard for them to think beyond creating something for themselves that doesn't involve stealing from somebody money, stealing money. That would literally be like back in the day, somebody taking their extension cord and plugging into your electricity that you pay you pay the bill every single month. They stealing from you. Or putting cable in their kids' names, or the telephone bill in their kids' name. Child not even old enough to even have credit. Like, for real, like, what? Who is doing this? If somebody was just more creative with stealing. That's just a more creative way of doing it. Restricting somebody, controlling their money. You're waking up saying that you can't believe whether they half lying or half telling the truth. Source is saying to you in a very meek way, you're going to move on from it. You say, no, I don't want any parts of it. You're closing something out. You're moving on and closing something out through prayer and meditation. And you're also, like I said, via telepathy, right? And somebody has your back. Yep, somebody has your back. Because you know how it feels for somebody to be lying about you behind your back. You're saying, nope, somebody actually has your back. Here's a temperance card. Yep. So the more and more people are kind of coming together and people are having their back. They're like, you know what, you don't want to be a part of something where somebody's being restricted and their money is being controlled and people are taking over stuff because people are being lied to and bullied. So you're stepping into your light. You're absolutely stepping into your light, right? Something feels at home for you. Something feels like it's at home for you. Not only that, I feel like somebody has new love coming across their path. It could be you or someone that you prayed with or prayed for. You could have prayed that somebody has love in their life that's going to protect them and have their back. Because sitting, like, listening to somebody that you love and you're hearing these energies say they love somebody, but they don't have their back. They're not protecting them. They are out there in a wilderness situation and nobody has their back. That's what you may have had in common with somebody. And so that's what somebody's prayers has been. It's like, you know what? I'm praying that they have somebody who will have their back. So that's what I'm seeing for you all, Sagittarius. And remember, because you all are ruled by Jupiter, good luck, good fortune, opportunity. Somebody took an opportunity that could have, you're not an opportunist. Let me just put it that way. You're not an opportunist. You're not just saying, you're detaching yourself from anger and replacing it with compassion. Just releasing drama that doesn't serve your highest good. You switch teams. Yep, you switch teams. That's why you feel like you have a whole new lease on life, because you can see how energies are lowering people's money significantly. Lowering people's money significantly. Playing these little games, being creative. Like I said, it's just like somebody stealing somebody's electricity and person like, well, how in the world did my bill went from $20 a month to $200 a month? Like, what? What in the world kind of electricity they using? Until you walk outside and look and see something that's plugged into the back of your house. Here we have the time to take a time to breathe out. Yeah. So somebody is learning. That's how, like I said, you're balancing something out. His movement. Yeah, somebody's kind of getting out, moving a little bit more, recharging, resetting. Your fire sign, so you may be getting out, getting some more sunlight too. And the sun will clean. Like sunbathing, it removes the stale energy off of your spirit. So somebody is learning how to do some kind of sunbathing, getting out, getting a walk, taking a walk, all of that, right? So guidance. When you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. You finally have a fixed star to follow. All right. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. So yeah, like I said before, you are not an opportunist. You may have gone along the flow and listened to what people had to say, but then after a while, somebody's like, wait a minute, this don't even make any sense. Something had to intervene. Something stopped you. So that's why judgment is coming down on some energies. Because you halfway didn't believe them in the first place. Like, something don't even sound right. But something had to intervene. Something had to remind you that this person is not a dark energy. They're a good person. Something had to remind you of something. And so somebody has your back. So just like somebody had to remind people that you're a good person. and somebody had your back. Somebody that you are familiar with, somebody who's like family, or this is family for you. So these obsessed energies, that's what a lot of people have in common. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. You're releasing drama. And like I said before, something is changing majorly. Something big is changing. So take time to breathe out. Some movement is happening here. A lot of things are moving and shifting the way they're supposed to, because people are making being guided by source, divine intelligence. That's source's intelligence, right? Not bad. People say, I'm familiar with this, I'm familiar with that, I'm familiar with this, and I know what depression looks like because we got this person with these letters before their name and after their name. They haven't sat down and had one session with a person. They too busy got people posted up around people. This person is dressed a certain way, so something must be wrong with them. They don't seem like they seem like they didn't have a smile on their face. They seem like something was wrong. Like what? Familiar spirits don't know what the heck is going on, breaking into people's records, looking up stuff, lying. I mean, just source is saying to you, you're keeping your vibrations high because you have an assignment here. This right here, all of this fire right here lets me know that you're not a judgmental person. When people are in hermit mode trying to create something for themselves, you have gone into hermit mode yourself. It doesn't mean a person is shy, scared to come out the house, unfamiliar with their surroundings, in survival mode, running from stuff. It means none of those things. A chain to the devil, been all around the world doing it. It means none of those things. Source is going to gain you clarity. Source is going to give you clarity, but something had to break the monotony to help you to realize some people were being shady towards you and being shady towards some other people, as if you couldn't think for yourself. And then at the helm of something, it was all because of the innocence of a person being an open book. That was innocent. Somebody was innocently being an open book and being used as a pawn. So that could have been your grandchild, could have been somebody's child, whoever. Somebody was an open book, but that was an innocent act there that was taken advantage of by energies that were by some energies that were trying to mirror compassion. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I will see you all in the next one. Yeah, this card right here says, listen, this orange right here connects us with the I feel, the sacral chakra. You had a feeling that something wasn't right. You need to learn how to go with your first emotion. You need to go with that. All of these familiar, speak familiar with a whole bunch of nothing. A whole bunch of nothing. Something had to break you out of that. I don't know what it was. Maybe you received something from somebody. Maybe you got a phone call, a text message, an email. Maybe somebody physically knocked on your door and said, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. Whatever it was, because you see these two people right here. Clapping and cheering. I mean, you see people. It could have been an old friend resurfaced that you had gone to lunch with, finally come around to your office and knock on your door and say, hey, I haven't seen, I've been in hermit mode, I've been working on such. So you're like, oh, I heard all of this stuff. Somebody told me this and that. They're like, none of that stuff was true. None of it was true. They were in hermit mode, creating, healing, praying, gaining clarity like people do when they go into hermit mode. Same thing as you. So, yeah, so if that happens, if you're at work and one of your colleagues you haven't seen in a long time, they may have been on some kind of leave or something. They may have asked for some kind of leave. All of a sudden, they just resurface and pop up. And all of a sudden, y'all talking like it was, because y'all familiar with a lot of stuff. Y'all talking just like y'all going out to lunch, doing X, Y, and Z, going back to regular routine. And then you'll be catching them up with some stuff. So that's what source is trying to tell you is don't assume when people go into hermit mode and you hear all these lies about people that you just go along with the flow, because the same thing has been done to you. So yeah, some energies got your back. They got your back. They got you covered. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.